Alright, it's November the 2nd to 11 p.m. I put a video up today comparing the Manicore with the M8 Coil to the Deus 2 with the HF2 Coil. That's what I've got right here. I've had one gentleman ask me what were the settings I was using on the HF2 Coil. So we're going to go through them here. It's faster for me to use this camera and put up a video to help answer a question in another. Okay. You don't have to use the general program, okay? You don't have to, but you can. ID over some smaller foil, though, hunting in the wild, and you'll use the 29 kilohertz band for your hunt program if you want to. All right, you don't have to. You can use the 53 kilohertz, but to check your target, I recommend you use the 29 kilohertz band. That's what we're in right here, okay? This is the general program. Okay, I've got a disc set to 7. That's not that important. Sensitivity, you can run the sensitivity from 90, 95, something like that. Frequency max 29. Try to run it in frequency shift channel 0. If you can, if EMI is a problem, try channel 1. Okay? Now, if you're going to use 29 kilohertz as your hunt program, you can use any tones you so choose. You can use pitch tones, full tones, multi-tones. Okay, reactivity 2 is probably a good setting to use, but you can experiment. Okay, audio response. If you're out looking for gold rings and you don't want to get tangled up on a bunch of deeper shit, you could run an audio response at speed 2 at 1. Or maybe 2, but you can run this higher if you choose. Deeper targets are going to sound louder. Okay, so what I'm talking about here, you're using the 29 kilohertz band as your hunt program. Okay, 89 kilohertz multi-frequency band. That's what you're looking at in the camera here. Okay, I got the disc on it set to 7. You can run the disc to 6.8. You can run the disc a little higher, okay? Silencer 2. I probably wouldn't go any lower than silencer 2. Alright, again, sensitivity 90 to 95. Alright, frequency max to 89 kilohertz band. And you're gonna, when you turn the machine on, you're gonna have to go over there and set this. This won't save. It'll default to 0. When you turn the machine off. So we're in channel 6. This would be a check program for me. I would use this to check. I would use the 29. I could use the 53 kilohertz band to hunt with. Okay, in this program here though, this is a check program. I recommend full tones with an offset between 5 and 10. This will help you hear the target better. It can help expose a junk target. It may pick up on some lower conductive trash. There's no need to run bottle caps in this one. In the 29 kilohertz band, if you're going to use this to hunt a modern site for gold rings, you could run some bottle cap. It does work in the 29 kilohertz band. All right. Mono program. This would be your second part of your check after you found it, say with a 29 kilohertz band. And you checked it in the 89, which is there. And here is the mono program. 83, you're going to have to go in and you're going to have to set this frequency up. A disc of about 7.5. A silencer of 2 works fine. Run your sensitivity somewhere between probably 90 and 95. You're going to have to go in there when you turn this machine on. You're going to have to run this over, and I recommend using 88.3 kilohertz. Now, you could run 111 kilohertz if EMI is a factor. This is going to help when you check your target with this mono program It's a second condition that target should meet. You should see this program trending along with the 89 kilohertz channel 6. This program in full tones, again, full tones here, highly recommended. With an offset between 5 and 10. This will definitely help pull out a low conductive masker. You'll hear it in the audio. You may not hear it in the 29 kilohertz multi-frequency band because the frequency is lower. You may hear it a little bit in the 89 kilohertz band multi-frequency, which is right there. This will definitely expose it for a small masker. If you hear a small masker doing this test that I've shown in this camera, you probably either need to go ahead and just dig it or walk. Alright, be on the safe side, dig it. Okay, I've got these programs, you notice, set up in line here. There's my hunt. I hit that key there, it takes me to 89 kilohertz, multi-frequency. The only mono program, single frequency use will be that I'm using is the third program. Okay? So if you wanted to go over here and save you a program in the general program or whatever using the 53 kilohertz band, you could. Actually, watch this. Let's see how this works out in the camera here. Now the 53 kilohertz band, you can noise cancel the machine if you so choose. Okay? So I just changed it to the 53 kilohertz band. We got to see where it's going to come up in here. We'll just call it 53 gold. That's what I'm doing, okay? I'm trying to watch this camera and do this. You know, I'm 63 years old, boys. Alright, so there it is. It's I use the general program, that's the one prefix. So you see what I've got there? I can go into a site and use that program once I get over a target. So it's setting at the end. So that didn't work out too good. See it there? So you play with your machine, you might want to save, clean out all your save settings if you want, and then save the 53 if you're going to use that. Be alright to use in a modern trash site. Just remember, bottle cap reject don't work too good in the 53 kilohertz band or the 89. Alright? So that's how I've got this one set up. My 53 is over here. I'd like to have it in front. See, I can redo this where I could hunt with that. Have that one right behind it. That one right there. Then compare my 29 to my 89 multi-frequency, and then there is my mono program. Alright, you'll have to experiment if you want to use audio response to look at the more shallower targets as far as depth and how good this is. I don't have a number. Mild, medium, ground, looks like to me with this coil right here, I've seen good results at 4 inches, okay? But I've not checked every scenario at 4 inches. You all understand what I'm saying? So you get to go out and use this, and you can develop your own confidence with it. Meaning you're like, okay, sharpshooter says I shouldn't dig this, but I'm digging it. Well, what does it turn out to be? Oh, Sharpshooter says I should dig this one. I'm digging it. Oh, what does it turn out to be? All right. Pull rings. Some square tabs are going to behave more like what you've seen in that video. Some pull rings with beaver tails attached will also. Some pull rings with beaver tails attached won't. It's going to depend on the beaver tail orientation and how it's bent up or in relation to the actual pull ring. A broken pull ring won't behave like what you've seen that machine behave on that gold ring in that video. Foil, I don't believe you're going to see the behavior on any foil. Can slaw. Some can slaw that gets to be certain shapes can yield some higher ID with the 89 kilohertz band, but the single frequency usually will trend lower, quite a bit lower. Okay, so that will be your way to use this should you decide, and that's how you set it up. You don't have to use the general program. One special note here, the foil, some smaller foil, like out of cigarette packs and stuff, in 29 kilohertz band, this machine will sort of ignore them in the general program because of the different ground balance system used. However, the ID could become a little jumpier around modern trash versus using a program like sensitive fast, sensitive FT, deep high conductor. Alright, and for you folks out there with a WS6, I did a video and put it up a few days ago showing you how I would set one up for convenience using the deep high conductor to put in my two check programs. One would be manipulating a factory program that you would have to set up and turn on with a saved in the 89 kilohertz multi-frequency band, which you would have to set the frequency up every time you turned it on or verify it. And directly behind the deep high conductor program lies the mono program. And I set it to 88.3 kilohertz. I recommend you check the targets with 29 channel 0, 89 kilohertz channel 6. You can use channel 1 in the 29. The 89 though, I think for the check program needs to be in channel 6. Alright, that's going to conclude the video. I hope this answered that gentleman's question.